Hey everyone, it's Anthony, and just hello to my subscribers and new viewers. Today I'm going to actually talk about a topic that I've seen a lot of YouTubers talk about, but it's been a lot of not first-hand experience, but it's been a lot from their perspective or from what they've heard. What I'm going to be talking about today is being, what's it called, recycled in the Air Force BMT or basic military training. First of all, I'm using this mic. I just bought it. I wanted to buy a mic for my camera, but I haven't had the time yet. So I just want to see how this one works. And if it works good, I'll pair this up with the actual camera I use a lot, which has better camera angles and all that. And I'll see if I can make better videos. But back to the topic I was talking about. First of all, anything I say today is all my opinion and my point of view. It doesn't have anything to do with the Air Force. The Air Force does not agree. Like it's not saying what I'm saying is correct at all. It's all my point of view, my personal opinions. So that we got that way. Being recycled, the Air Force BMT, basic military training. I'm going to start using this as acronyms just to let you know. So how would I know? Well, I had first-hand experience. I was recycled in Air Force BMT. We were in week 7. I got recycled. The reason I got recycled was of my failing inspections. There are a plethora of reasons why you'll be there. That there's a chance of you being recycled. If you're going to join the Air Force, you might hear about being recycled. You might hear it when you get into what is called Delayed Entry Program or DEP from your recruiter or active military members. If you bump into them, you're going to hear a lot about it. And then when you get to BMT, you're going to hear about it as well. Your TIs are going to bring it up and all that. The plethora of reasons is like one, failing inspections. It's pretty much saying that you're not ready to advance further into BMT. You need more time in certain aspects to get trained up and all that. You can get recycled for talking to the opposite gender. That's a big no-no. I've actually seen it firsthand. Someone in my flight was recycled for that reason. Bringing food up to the dorms when you shouldn't be, that can get you recycled. Being disrespectful to your leadership and all that as well. It's pretty much, there's a good amounts. It comes down to what is decided by your TI and the supervision over there, like your section leads and all that. So what is the impact? Like, what is it like to be recycled from BMT? First of all, it's what you can imagine. It is a shell shocker. It really hits you, your confidence very large. And it's something that really took its toll on me mentally and emotionally. And it really made me feel bad, like, low about myself. Like, how am am I good enough for the Air Force? Can I actually do this? Can I complete Air Force BMT? Because seeing my flight, continue on while I get pushed back. I was pushed back 1 week, so I was in week 7. I was pushed back week 6, but unfortunately, my flight was at Beast Week when we had it at the time. You gotta remember all that I went to Air Force BMT in 2012, so it's been a while. It's changed a lot, but they were in there, so they pushed me to a week 2 flight until the flight I was being recycled to came back from Beast Week. So I was with people or fellow airmen, trainees who didn't have name tags. I had a name tag, so people knew right away. Oh, this person was recycled. You're labeled, as a dirtbag, pretty much. Not like to that extreme, but you're labeled as someone who's recycled. People aren't having high expectations. For example, when I went to my new flight, we had inspections again. But when I got called up again, they found out, oh, he was the one who was recycled. Never mind. So that could be a pro or con, but at the same time, people are already seeing you for what happened instead of like you as an actual person. It spread quickly through my new flight, but at the same time, they were actually willing to help me, build my confidence back up. So when you're recycled, you're pushed back. You have to do all the training. Like the way it works was, I failed it. My TI got mad. They told me what I failed in and everything that they were informed about what was being slow at or was not getting and cost simps and all that. And he suggested that he wanted to push me, like I think he wanted to push me 2 or 3 weeks back, like the max. The blue rope on their hats, they're like superintendents of the squadron, and they're divided up on each section. And he asked, why did you join the Air Force? Do you have anyone coming to graduations? We discussed it and all that, and it was decided that I was going to be pushed back to a week, recycled wise. Yes, I broke down a couple of times when I went to my new flight, and it really took its toll. Like I said, I didn't have the confidence in me. I was second guessing myself, and just it constantly kept coming in my mind: Am I good enough to be in the Air Force and all that? And that really is the point where you are being recycled in any kind of failure. Actually, is how you pick yourself up. Are you going to push through this and strive? Because there are commanders, there are chiefs who were recycled in BMT. If you all think that, oh, the top leadership is perfect, that's absolutely not true. They've had their own low points just like everyone else. And it is determined on how you're going to take that low points and see if you can succeed or you're just going to continue going downhill. It really depends on you, the amount of effort you're going to put in, and the kind of mindset you're going to go into it. So, yes, my flight that was recycled from, they didn't hold it much against me. There was a few. My TI, they ran me off because I guess they lost honor flight because of me. That wasn't the only reason, but they wanted to use me as a person pretty much as, oh, he's the reason why we didn't get honor flight. But pushing aside, I looked at it as though after eventually, all that low point, the sadness started eventually, I met some great people in my new flight. And I looked at it. If I hadn't been recycled, I would have been with my current flight and we have gone tech school at the same time. That tech school class I would have gone with, none of them got overseas listings for the next base. There was two active duty, I believe, and they all got stateside. When I got recycled, when I got to tech school, they already had started class because I was a week after them, and I had to wait for my next class, which was another 2 weeks after them, or yes, about 2 weeks. So after that is I was able to go overseas. I was able to go to Spangdahlem Air Force Base, and to my mindset, I started coming like I don't like using it as a reason, like oh bad, everyone has a plan, and the reason no, I mean there's a plan for you. So everything bad that happens, there's a plan for you. But I looked at it as I wouldn't have been able to go to Spangdahlem Air Force Base. I wouldn't have been able to travel all over Europe. I wouldn't have been able to meet the great people in Spangdahlem Air Force Base. And that's my mindset. This one maybe wasn't a good situation at the time, but it didn't really keep me from going down. It allowed me to continue to strive, be a better person. I became a red rope. I went to my first base. I made staff my first time. I turned out well. And, with my current situation, I'll talk to you guys later about that. My thing is, when my back was against the wall, when I had to strive or I wanted to prove people wrong, I reached those limits. I did great things. And that's what my biggest thing is to anyone who gets recycled or keep your mindset. Don't be afraid of what happens. Pick yourself up and just continue to strive forward. Everything will get better. And to the people who are going to BMT, if you do get someone who gets recycled into your flight, try to understand where they're coming from. They need a strong support system. They need to be rebuilt. That was the one biggest thing is why I was sad. You spend almost, was it 2 months with these people, 24/7, being recycled. Is I looked at the people I was with. We stayed till week 7. That was almost like over 30 days with each other. We ate, we slept, we showered together, we worked out together, we did details together, we went to class together, and they became like the Air Force. Was the concept is like an Air Force family. They were like my family for that duration of my time over there. People say, well, after BNT's done, you guys aren't going to see each other. I still keep in contact with some of them, and I bounce off ideas. I talk to them, see how they're doing, and all that. But they are like being was recycled. As part of me missed them, and part of me was disappointed that I let them down. Wasn't what I'm trying to point out. So people who are going to BMT, keep that mindset. If you get someone who is recycled into your flight, just be self-aware and self-conscious that they need your help. They need their confidence rebuilt. They need that support system, and show that you're there to help them. Because in my new flight, they were very supportive. They're going to go, we're going to graduate together. We're all going to graduate, and that's the mindset. You want to start together and finish together. No one left behind. That's even the Air Force Creed. Gotcha. So, guys, I hope this video helped a little bit. Definitely tell me if this microphone was helpful, and tell me about new things that you guys want me to talk about. I actually like talking about this, It's a good point. I didn't see a lot of videos about it, so definitely like, share this video, and to my new viewers, please subscribe. I will be doing more Air Force videos constantly, and I hope you guys like this and this information is helpful. I'm going to try to look at different topics that a lot of people aren't talking about and be a little different from others. Definitely work on my editing. I'll definitely work on that, but I really like just presenting the content. All right, guys, thank you for your support and have a good night. Peace.